Raymond Chandler didn't publish his first novel until he was 51 years old. Let that sink in for a second. The man who wrote lines so good that writers still studied them like scripture. He didn't start until most people are thinking about retirement. Before we get into his words, I want to ask you something. How long have you been waiting to start? Or maybe more honestly, how long have you been writing but telling yourself that it doesn't count yet? That you're not ready? That you haven't figured out your voice? That you'll really commit once the timing is right? Chandler didn't have time for that. He got fired from his oil executive job at 44 in the middle of the Great Depression and decided that the pulp fiction he was reading on the side what he really wanted to write. So he sat down and learned how to do it. If that story does something to you, if it makes you want to sit down and actually write tonight, then you're exactly who this channel is for. Hit subscribe and come back every week. Let's figure this out together. I'm TJ Stecker, this is Fireside Writer, and we're just getting started. Chandler wrote as honestly about craft as he wrote about murder. Here are 3 quotes that I come back to constantly. First one, style is the most valuable investment a writer can make with his time. Not plot, not research, not marketability. Style. The thing that makes your sentences yours. That's the long game. That's what lasts. Second one, this one hits hard. Technique alone is just an embroidered potholder. You can learn every rule in every craft book ever written, and if there's no heat behind the words, no real point of view, it's just decoration. Chandler wanted writing that burned. So do I, and so should you. And the third one, maybe my favorite. When in doubt, have a man come through the door with a gun in his hand. This sounds like a joke until you realize it isn't. It's about getting out of your own head and keeping the story moving. When you're stuck, don't sit there analyzing. Do something. Move. Here's what I think about when I read Chandler. He was writing in the gaps. He was submitting to pulp magazines, Black Mask, Dime Detective, places that were considered lowbrow. He wasn't being published in the Atlantic. He wasn't being taken seriously, and he kept going. He wrote story after story, working on his voice, sharpening his sentences. The Big Sleep came out in 1939. He was 51, and it changed the genre permanently. That's the version of the writing life nobody puts in the posters. He's not the overnight success. The decade of grinding in the dark, getting better, refusing to quit on the thing you know you're supposed to be doing. I don't know where you are in your writing journey right now. Maybe you're just starting. Maybe you've been at this for years and you're exhausted. Maybe you've got a drawer full of rejections and you're not sure if the math's ever going to work out. Chandler would tell you this: there is no such thing as a long piece of work. Start. Write the scene. Build the sentence you're proud of. You don't need to see the whole road. You just need to be moving. I'll see you next time by the fire.